A Brunswick County church, built and attended by former slaves shortly after the end of the Civil War, still exists in our area, but over the past few years, it has fallen into very bad shape. Now, two groups are trying to change that. WWAY's Matt Bennett has more.
I grew up about a half a mile from here, and we used to come here when I was a kid for Sunday school.
A beloved Navassa church dating back to the Civil War era now sits in shambles. Reeves Chapel was built by hand by former slaves of the Cedar Hill plantation. The congregation started to dwindle in the mid-1990s, and it was last used for worship in 2006.
In many cases, places of historical significance in the black community are lost to history.
The community has vowed that Reeves Chapel would not be lost. In March of this year, the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, based out of Wilmington, bought the church thanks to a grant from the Orton Foundation. Working with the Cedar Hill West Bank Heritage Foundation, they held a public hearing in Navassa Tuesday night to get input on its restoration.
I would like to see it to be a museum of sorts so that the community can go and learn about the culture and what the church's significance is in the community.
Joel Cook with Coastal Land Trust moderated the discussion. He says the board wants to restore the church to how it looked in 1915 and make it a museum. He also discussed the possibility of having it listed in the National Register of Historic Places.
It's still a vetting process right now, and we have, a really long way to go before we actually settle on what we're going to be doing here.
In Navassa, Matt Bennett, WWAY News.
Cook says they plan to hold more meetings to get public input, and those will be announced at a later date. He says right now the first step is to fix the structure of the church before any details are decided.